our Ukrainian attitude to Russia. And I don't want they kill us for us. You know, this is very, very clear that Americans are the best of our friends, Europeans are the best of our friends, and
how long ago was this interview recorded?
Russian, they are enemies. And it doesn't mean that we don't want peace. We just want to recognize the reality, the real situation.
President Trump is convinced that you will never sign a deal with Vladimir Putin. Is he right?
No, I think so. What I think, Ukraine wants peace, and we will.
Looks like today. I wonder if it was before or after. It must have been after the
diplomacy.
Press conference.
We will have negotiations. I only said that I think so. It's about just.
I don't know why multiple people are saying it's live. They literally said it was a recorded interview that will air. So I don't know why multiple people in my chat are typing it's live. I don't know if you're just guessing, or I don't know why you would type that when you don't. Obviously, you don't know, since they literally said that it's a recorded interview being aired.
Lasting peace. It meant that we have to be very strong at the table of negotiations, and at these negotiations, Ukraine and Russia, like sides of this war, have to be, and the United States and Europe. That's what I said. So we are ready for peace, but we have to be in strong position. What does it mean? Just to know that our army is strong, that our partners with us, and that we have security guarantees. Am I not right?
Leaving the White House today, President Trump said this.
He's looking to go on and fight, fight, fight. He wants to come back right now, but I can't do that.
What do you make of that? Do you want to continue fighting? Do you want peace? And if he had the opportunity to go back to the White House right now, would you do it?
No. First of all, we want peace. That's why I'm in the United States. That's why I visited President Trump. And thanks for invitation again. The deal on minerals is the first step to security guarantees. It's meant for the peace, closer to peace. That's why I'm here. And we have tough situation. To understand it is to be in Ukraine. You saw it, Brad. You was once. Thank you again. So I think that's very important to understand what's going on. But I respect my soldiers and our people, our civilians who work and support our warriors. I can't say just stop. Nobody will stop, because everybody afraid that Putin will come back tomorrow. We want just and lasting peace. It's true. We want security guarantees. We raised this topic about NATO the quickest way, but not all the countries are on this side. I said, okay, if not NATO, nobody is pushing. If not NATO, let's build NATO in Ukraine. That's my position. Europeans are ready to have contingents on our territory, boots on the ground. United States thinks maybe to help, maybe USA backstop, have to be just to guarantee that they are with Europeans. Look at Europe, it's strong, it became stronger, but they also want to have allies like the United States. That's what I said. I just want to understand what the peace. It's not my question, Brad. This is the question from all our people.
You mentioned when I traveled to the front lines with you last year to see the situation, to mark the anniversary of the war, and this is what you told me back then.
Will Ukrainians survive without Congress support? Of course, but not all of us. It will be tragedy for all of us, not only for Ukraine, not only for Ukrainians, for all Europe. Yeah.
So the question today is, can Ukraine win this war or hold off Russia without continued U.S. support?
It will be difficult for us. That's why I'm here. That's why we speak about the future negotiations. It will be difficult without your support, but we can't lose our values, our people. We can't lose our freedom. So a lot of people, Russians came to our territory, you know it. Russians came to our houses, and everybody knows, everybody saw it, video, images, a lot of things. They killed so many people. Just to forget it, just to say that Putin is a great guy? No, without us. We don't want it. That's why we speak about, you know, everybody remembered how it was the first days of the war, how they came. Nobody wants in Ukraine. Yes, of course, nobody will forget it, but nobody wants to have, again, new wave of occupation. That's why when we say no NATO, what security guarantees can we have? I'm not pushing, we are not pressuring, we're just asking, we're just sharing very clear messages to our friends, to Americans.
Right.
If you stay with us, thank you so much, but let's do the infrastructure of security guarantees. Let's just share with our people, just with our people, that America, stay with us. That's great. We count on it. But just to share it and to say it, that's all.
How does the war end? How do you get to a deal? You're at a place right now where there is no deal. How do you get it back on track?
I think
there was no
that,
deal before.
Europe is ready for contingents and to help us with financing of big army, such big as we have now. This is our army, is the part of security guarantees. Now we want to find the place for our biggest strategic partner, for the United States, or United States will propose where and how United States will give us security guarantees, what kind of and what part of volume of security guarantees. And when we will be ready with this, we will come to diplomacy. To diplomacy, yes, with Russians, Europeans, United States, and we. Four of us, I think this is real way, because with weapon, it's too long, it's not enough. We don't have enough weapon to push them out, and we don't see now, for now, we don't see really big volume of new support from the United States, but with all respect again. So for today, we'll be ready with security guarantee. Really, when I say NATO, it's not about that we are focusing on this word. It's about very understandable infrastructure of security guarantees. And you see that no NATO countries, for today, no NATO countries been under attacks.
Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, he has been a big proponent of you and of Ukraine, said this today after the meeting.
I have never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance, standing up for our country. We want to be helpful.
This
What
guy
I
is
saw
such
in
a
the
fucking
Oval
loser,
Office
Lindsey
was
Graham.
disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelenskyy again. He either needs to resign and send somebody over that we can do business with, or he
regime
needs to
change. Yeah, okay, yes.
So he says you need to consider resigning. Is that on the table?
I don't know if he will be happy after my words. This decision can do only people of Ukraine.
You're not going to step down to do a peace deal.
No, I was always ready. I'm not sure that is a good idea for this such proposals. But anyway, I always said if United States will support NATO, so I think that it's enough for Ukraine. So I think I did all I had to do. And if somebody is not happy with me, okay. But between us, yes, Americans vote for American president. Each European country vote for their president, and only Ukrainian. With all respect to Lindsey, if I can say Lindsey, we know each other. Yes, and only Ukrainians.
Democrats
vote for their president.
Democrats have had the opposite reaction to the Oval Office meeting. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy from Connecticut posted this. What just happened in the Oval Office was a planned ambush designed to help a brutal Russian dictator and hurt America's security. Trump has become Putin's lapdog, and America's global power is hemorrhaging
no way that
as America
Zelenskyy can
sides
respond
with dictators over democracy.
Barely.
What an embarrassment. Do you think the confrontation in the Oval Office today was pre-planned, like Senator Murphy suggests?
No way.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't.
You don't know. You think maybe?
I don't know. No. I don't. I don't know about it. I think no. I think it was just a really tough situation because we've been very open, very direct.
What set you off? What made you mad?
Oh my
because
God.
They said your
Made
tenor
him
and
mad,
tone
set him off.
It's not about mad. It's not, Brad. You see, how to say, when you are in the United States, and for example, president or vice president or somebody or senators, it doesn't matter, big politicians, yes, when they, for example, say that Ukraine is almost destroyed, that our soldiers run away, that they are not heroes, that Ukraine lost millions of civilians, that his president is dictator, you know? What is the reaction? It's not about me. The reaction is that where is our friendship between Ukraine and the United States? That's it. This is filling, and that's why I do not want to lose our great partners at the United States. And I just said that it's not the first time. I said it by phone, and we had some other conversations, and we had in Munich meetings, and I said, please, be correct. Just, I want to be very polite. I mean this, be correct with this number. When you say about the number, each person is important. When you say about 1 million of losses, we don't have any million of losses. Just when you speak about the territories, maybe some territories and etc., it's not just territory, it's houses, it's people's lives. You know, their fathers, mother, their relatives, grandfather, they died or this. I mean, during this war. Nobody wants to forgive Putin. It's not funny, you know, or fairy tale. This is real life. That's what I said. And when you said it, a lot of times to my big friends who've been here today in our dialogue, and then they again begin to repeat the same things, I think it's not. I mean, that's why I said it's not good way between partners, good partners and friends. That's it. And I think that if journalists asking questions to president, with all respect to vice president, I mean, he has his interview.
Mr.
This
President,
is our dialogue.
Shouldn't this dynamic, if you're going to be like this, be behind?
Don't say private, but he's making these bad claims publicly.
Of course. And
so do you regret that? Are you regretting that happened today?
Regretting? Yes, I think it was not good. I think it was not good because we had a lot of different dialogues. I'm always open to media, but there are very sensitive things. I just want to be honest, and I just want our partners to understand the situation correctly, and I want to understand everything correctly. That's about us. Not to lose our friendship.
A couple more things. What are the next steps in your mind? Here we are today. What are the next steps?
I think so. United States wanted this deal very much, and we've been not against this deal, but we wanted to understand what parts in security guarantees will take this deal and what next steps. Just again to understand for our people. During the war, what you don't like, even sometimes hate, surprises. It's understandable. Many terrible things this war brought to us. So we don't want any surprises. Yes, that's why we want to be very fair with our partners. And I think this deal, it was prepared by teams. It was not simple during weeks. And now it's ready. I think that they have to sign. The countries have to sign. The ministers have to sign. That's it. I don't know when they will do it. It depends on the American side.
So
exactly.
The minerals deal did not have security guarantees listed in it.
It's a part.
Oh my God!
The security guarantees?
This is the part in the infrastructure of security
They weren't
guarantees.
listed
Because,
in
for
there.
example, President Trump shared that. I think so. That if we will be there in some productions and etc. in minerals, that Putin will never come on this territory where we are. And I said to him, "Don't trust Putin." Why? I said because it's not. I mean, we respect and we believe in strongness of the United States, but I said to him that we had more than 20 companies, American companies, big companies on the territory of Ukraine, and we had offices even on temporary occupied territories. For Putin, it doesn't matter. It's American, European company or Ukraine. It doesn't matter. He just came and occupied it. That's what I said. I think this is a great idea, how to strengthen Ukraine and how to make business between two countries, how to make additional jobs for two countries. But it's not just this will not save us.
I read what the Democratic senator said, that Trump has become Putin's lapdog. Do you agree with that President Trump is too close to Vladimir Putin in your mind?
We spoke about it, and I think today very openly President Trump, he said that I want to be in the middle, otherwise I will not put these guys at the table.
And is he right?
I want really, I want to be very honest. I want really him to be more at our side. I will explain why. Because it's not just that the war began somewhere between our countries. The war began when Russia brought this war to our country, and they're not right. And they are not right. They didn't respect our territorial integrity. They brought the war on our territory to our families. Sorry for repeating, to our houses. And they're not right. And of course, all the Ukrainians want to hear strong position of the United States on our side. From one side, it's understandable. From another side, he wants to find some way of dialogue with Putin. But he always said, as I remember, he always said that peace through strength. And that's why I think that he's strong, United States strong, two parties together in this question, two parties always together against Russia. You're very strong to do strong steps against Putin.
Americans are worried about where the money has gone.
Yeah.
Will there be a very rigorous accounting of where the money has gone? It seems like there is some question about whether there's corruption or
these questions aren't real. They're just on Twitter.
No, it can't be so. 100 billions we've got during 3 years.
183 from the U.S.
Now, on the paper, in the documents, yes. But we have, in fact, because 67 came like a weapon. It came through the border. It's checked and it's fixed by
like even on media, he has to do like fucking fact checking. It's so gross.
Not once with the American side, and 31.5 it was direct financial support to the budget. Again, it's very open. It's digitalized. It's open, free, and please, if somebody wants to check it again, we are very, very open with this.
Last thing, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Do you think your relationship with Donald Trump, President Trump, after today, can be salvaged?
Can be? Yes, of course, because it's relations more than two presidents. It's the historical relations, strong relations between our people. And that's why I always began with to thank your people from our people. And this is the most important. And of course, thankful to President and of course to Congress, but first of all to your people. Your people help to save our people. People, the first. Human rights, the first. This is very, very important. And we are thankful and sorry for this. I mean, we wanted very much to have only strong relations, and I very count that we will have it.
Mr. President, we're honored that you kept this interview. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
When we come back, we'll bring in our panel for analysis after this.
Oh, boy.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of...
When I posted on TikTok, that went from...
Okay, people in chat keep asking this question. Why is Zelenskyy pushing so hard for security guarantees? Didn't Ukraine already have that with the Budapest Memorandum? Sorry if I'm slow, but is a security guarantee just certain guaranteed levels of support from the U.S.? If Russia breaks the agreement, doesn't all the U.S. have to do is say we're giving you security? Why is it so hard? So, so first of all, there were no security guarantees really after the for the Budapest Memorandum, okay, which is in '94 when Ukraine gave its nuclear weapons back to Russia. A security guarantee is basically saying, hey, if somebody violates this agreement, the United States will support you, like with boots on the ground. That's what a security guarantee is. That means that if Ukraine signs a deal, then the United States, and if Russia violates a deal, then the United States will intervene because they've given that assurance and they've given that promise to do so. That sends a signal to the rest of the world that, well, this is what the agreement is. It sends a signal to Russia that if we try to invade, we're going to get fucked up, so we better not invade. And it sends a signal to Ukraine that they can relax a little bit and they don't have to worry about being invaded because the United States is there to back up whatever agreement is made. There is no deal, in my opinion, who knows, maybe we'll be proven wrong by tomorrow, but I don't think there's any deal that Ukraine ever signs without a security guarantee. Because why the fuck would you? It's not worth the paper it's printed on. If you sign a deal saying, oh, okay, everything will be great, and there's no actual repercussions for if Russia violates that agreement. Because they violate agreements all the time. I don't give a fuck. They've done it multiple times with Ukraine in the past already. He will sign the infrastructure, though. I think that's what he said today. I don't think he was. I could be wrong, but I don't think he would ever sign that agreement without any kind of security assurance. Why would he just sign away parts of the country for nothing? What's a realistic security guarantee that doesn't involve U.S. boots? Because I don't think there will ever be a deal like that. If that's the case, then the U.S. has no business negotiating this deal. But it could be UN troops. I mean, the UN doesn't even have... Or like a UN peacekeeping force or something that doesn't involve the U.S., I guess. Or any other nuclear powers. So like a UN peacekeeping, is it UNEF? UN Emergency Forces, I think, usually. But it has to be something like that. But if the U.S. can't actually commit any real defense to Ukraine, then the U.S. has no business being involved in those negotiations because the U.S. can't ensure anything. Did Russia explicitly violate any agreements during Trump's first term? Yes, Zelenskyy calls out a big one, I think, in 2019 that was signed. In December of 2019, Ukraine and Russia agreed to implement a full and comprehensive ceasefire. The agreement followed prisoner swaps and the withdrawal of Ukraine military in 3 areas. The 2 sides agreed to swap the remaining prisoners and disengage military forces in 3 additional regions. Sorry, just reading. Jesus. That was one the USA didn't want to participate in. Sure, but it was agreement made in Europe during Trump's administration. Like, it's actually crazy that Russia's violated just about every security agreement they have with any country. I don't know how much you follow Eastern Europe politics, but the Institute for the Study of War has reports saying Putin is trying to gradually turn Belarus into just another oblast/region. I mean, hasn't that already essentially happened? So should we protect the African countries who take each other over with war? Are we saying land expansion via violence is done? Land expansion via violence in Europe, yes, is done. And should we protect those countries? I don't know, maybe, but we don't have explicit security guarantees for those countries. We do have a lot of security guarantees that we've given to countries in NATO and countries in Europe. We have a vested interest in maintaining the stability of Europe, yes.